I'm Smaginoni, and here's my review for the two Ultimate Avenger titles that came out this week. Now, I did an earlier video, but I'm going to redo it again. I thought I ran out of time, so I ended up really quickly, and I'll try to do a better job this time. I have to admit, though, I'm not 100% enthused with either story so far, but we'll try it again. There's going to be some spoiler reviews, so be warned. If you haven't read your books, come back and then watch the video. Now, let's do the New Ultimates, number 3. Now, if you remember, this is with the Loki and then the goblins attacking New York and then the female characters defeating the regular heroes. Now, I'm not feeling Loeb that much, but I really do like Cho's artwork. So, for me, it's the only thing that's kind of keeping me in line with this book so far. Now, it starts off with Valkyrie, and she's going over how miserable her stupid life is, and how she got to where she was, and it's basically a life of lies. She lied about who she is. She lied about where she worked. She lied to get into the Defenders. She met Ant-Man. He lied to her. Of course, the Defenders went under, and she meets Loki. Now, Loki, being a little trickster that he is, little mischief maker, he basically gives her an offer like, what would you do if I can give you superpowers? And she doesn't believe it, but then she finally gives in. And sure enough, what happens is she ends up being a pawn of Loki, who will be basically what she calls the end of the Avengers type thing. Now, I really like the 2-page spread here. I thought that part was good. But I do think it's missing something. I'm not sure what that something is yet. Now, on the next page, I was wondering how they're going to get out of the Hawkeye situation, and it turned out Carol really wasn't hypnotized. I'll go into why she wasn't later, but what she basically does is she explains that I didn't shoot you with a real gun, I shot you with a blank in the face, which I think was kind of fake, because it really did look like he got shot in the face, and I think anybody, maybe not the goblins, but Valkyrie or I don't know, anybody else could have determined that, hey, where's his blood, where's his guts? So I thought that part was a very weak out. Now, she gives him a piece of Cap's shield. He cuts himself free, but she tells him, make it look good. So he has absolutely no problem punching her out. Now, from here, we get Smoke Bomb, and then the rest of the Avengers are free. You have Black Panther coming in, you have Khazar coming in, the Tigers, and so it's all good times. Now, ultimately, they're taken away by the Giant Men. If you remember that from previous Ultimates, where they had all these people given the serum to grow. Now, Loki's not taking this loss and like he's not really pissed off or anything like that, which kind of made me wonder. But then, obviously he's got a plan, especially since he's got Thor's hammer, and I kind of almost half expect him to have thought that they're going to get away anyways. From there we go to Thor, and he's dealing with Hela. And Hela's like, look, I gave you had sex with you, so let me out of here. And she's like, well, I can't do that. Odin made this law that says it's basically, you want out, I need somebody to replace you. And Thor's like all pissed off, ready to kill her. And this part really, well, I guess my hand missed it, but yeah, this part really disturbed me, because she's like, well, what are you going to do? You're holding my baby. And he's like, what the hell is going on here? And she explains the time difference and how time moves very fast in this world and slow in the other world. Now, I have to admit, this angle, whatever she's going to spew out of her, I'm kind of curious to see how that's going to play out. But I can just see epic fail somewhere, though. Now, from there, we have they're working on Tony. Carol explains that she had a night vision contact lens on, and then because of that, she saw that she felt what was going on. She blinked, activated it, turned it on, and because it wasn't dark, it whited out, and she couldn't. Yeah, obviously she couldn't see what was going on, so she wasn't hypnotized. Then we go with the rearming of the Avengers and Cap and Iron Man. They're ready to kick some goblin ass. Now, the sad thing is, I really enjoyed Captain America with the old Ultimates with the guns, but this didn't seem like it had the same flavor. It was like it's missing something special. And I'm not sure, maybe it's the art, maybe Brian Hitch is the only one that can do it, I don't know, but it just missed something for me. I know, I did like the 2-page spread here of the battle, but I really wanted more. I think I wanted more action, I wanted more goblin killing, things like that. From here, this part was cool where Hawkeye shoots an arrow right through the Enchantress. Loki seems pleased. Like I said, this is all part of his plan. Her spell is broken, and Valkyrie obviously goes straight to Loki. And Loki grabs her sword and skewers her. Now, Captain America offers her, like, hey, let's get you to the hospital, but she's like, no, that's fine. This is kind of like what I deserve, and my death is actually going to bring him. And Cap's like, And sure enough, Thor comes, and Thor's looking for blood. Now, personally, this part interested me. I want to see what's going to happen next, but I just have this feeling I'm going to be let down. Overall, like I said, the new Ultimates, it just doesn't have the same awesomeness as the other ones did, but we'll see what happens. On with the Ultimate Avengers 2. This is the one with the Ghost Rider. Now, if you remember, in this one you had the heroes defend the Vice President. Vice President's inside, and basically he makes another deal with the devil, which is exactly what the devil wanted. Now, you have you have Hawkeye and Punisher making nice, and one thing that kind of was bothering me is the fact that you have people crossing over in different books. I think since this is Black Ops, you should have kept Hawkeye out of the other one, if that's what you wanted to keep him here, Black Ops. You have, Hawkeye explains how nice it is if you go under their control, it's no big deal, and then, basically Punisher calls him out, calls him a dog. Well, you see Johnny Blaze outside, he's getting ready to transform, the deal's going to be made, and obviously he's going to be turned into another Ghost Rider, which really disappointed me. I think this would have been a great opportunity to bring in another, a very cool looking villain, not just a Ghost Rider with red. You have, what's his name, Mr. Cash comes in, and, I don't know, it seems like if this was really supposed to be happening, they're taking it, they're Black Ops, and they're taking it way too public. They shouldn't be on the front lawn like that. Anyways, Cash comes in, he's got his women, and he's ready to party, which obviously is the wrong place for it. Ghost Rider busts out, and you have a battle going through the streets, which again, it's like they're supposed to be Black Ops. You're not supposed to be fighting like this. Now, this Ghost Rider is able to pretty much hold his own, which is expected. It's like, the Avengers get their upper hand every now and then, but, I think he could have easily gotten away or maybe defeated them in the long run. But we don't get to know that because Johnny Blaze comes, and then that's when those two fight, and then you can tell Johnny Blaze is definitely ready to kill. Now, overall, I'll say that, I don't really like use art to begin with, so that's really a hard selling point for me. And I don't know, I think the Millar's lost it a little bit, lost some of the edge of Black Ops, what it's supposed to be. I'm still curious to see what's going to happen, but I think as a whole, this issue let me down a little bit. I'm hoping that when issue 6 comes out, we're going to see a killer fight between the two Ghost Riders. But we'll see. I'm not expecting much. I figure if I don't expect much, then I won't be let down. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave it on the side. And which version do you guys like better? So far, I still have to say I like this version better, but I think it's missing something. Subscribe to the channel, and Until next time.